You know, I want to be able to communicate with people directly and talk to people and translate stuff myself. Like understand things, understand source material when I'm reading manga, and just like take directly from the source. I feel like that's a key thing in a lot in life, to be honest. So much stuff in this day and age and in life is just watered down information to us, or just regurgitated information and just regurgitated ideas and stuff like that. I want to take from the source. I want to experience it firsthand. I want to see these things firsthand in person, have that experience, you know? Hopefully the audio isn't too bad. It's been maybe like a week and some change since I started learning Japanese. To be fair, I've been consuming a lot of Japanese media since I've been, like my whole life pretty much. It's been very fun though, extremely fun for me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm extremely excited to learn Japanese in general. When I find new stuff I can learn, I get really like obsessive over it, and I keep diving headfirst into it to learn as much as I can. And that's kind of what it is with Japanese right now. Hopefully, within a year or two, I can actually take that Japan trip that I've been wanting to do ever since I was little. But I definitely want to know Japanese before I go out there, so I can experience the culture like firsthand. You know, right now I've been just learning the alphabet. I've been learning the alphabet, simple phrases and words technically, and yeah. So there's three alphabets technically: um, hiragana, katakana, and then there's kanji. Hiragana is, words derived of Japanese origin. Katakana are Japanese words and stuff like that that are derived from other languages. So I'll be honest, I've been using a few different apps. I've been using Duolingo. I know, basic, but it works. I'm using Duolingo to learn the alphabet, learning hiragana, katakana, and kanji. And then I've been using this app called Busu to learn phrases and how to put the words to learn phrases and how to like what it means when you put certain words together and stuff like that. And I feel like it's been working for me. It's been pretty constructive. Um, and then on top of that, I got a notebook recently, and what I do is every day I kind of wake up and I write little sentences about my day, um, or at least I try to write little sentences about my day. I try to do as much as I can, and I kind of do that without reference. And then I go back in and I go into my apps and I have the alphabet brought up and I have words brought up, and I go back to what I wrote and I see if I spelt it correctly, if I phrased it correctly, um, and stuff like that. And if I didn't, I just go in, I circle what I did, exit out, correct it, and then I rewrite it, but just in the correct way. Um, I feel like because I'm new to it and because I just started recently, my learning curve or like the progress I've been making is a lot faster, a lot steeper than it probably will be later on when I'm learning like a few months to a year down the line. That's just the case for most things that you have to learn. When you first start out, it feels like you're making a lot of progress because you're literally clueless. You're like a baby. You're literally like a toddler. I've been trying to look for different methods that have been working for other people, that I might be able to use to learn faster. And it seems like the general consensus, which I do think does work, is the immersive technique, whatever they call it, immersive learning or whatever. You're just immersing yourself in that language all the time, or not all the time, but a lot of the time. So when it comes to watching anime and everything, I used to watch dub all the time. I still really enjoy dub. Like I prefer dub over sub for a lot of things. Um, don't shoot me. I prefer dub over sub for a lot of things, but I've been really just been sitting down and watching sub while having English subtitles, of course. Watching sub, but at the same time trying to read the Japanese text in certain scenes, like on the screen, to kind of help me learn. Or, for example, I recently just enabled the Japanese hiragana keyboard on my phone, and occasionally when I'm typing when I'm learning it on Duolingo, instead of typing the Japanese word in English, I just strictly type it in Japanese on the Japanese keyboard. Or sometimes when I'm typing certain words, I would type the Japanese version of the word afterwards. I just saw a crazy. Is that an eagle? What is that? Do I see that? It was a fat ass bird that just flew by. It looked like an eagle. I don't think it. Are eagles in Florida? I don't know. I'm in Florida, by the way. It's super hot. I know I'm wearing a hoodie, but yeah. The point I'm trying to make is that it has been super fun. It is super fun. Learning a language is actually really fun when you kind of like when you're open minded to it and you just immerse yourself in that language and in that culture. I can't immerse myself as much as I would like to. I mean, full immersion would be like full blown being in Japan, speaking in Japanese to Japanese people, blah, 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 stuff like that. But obviously, that's not the case for me, not yet. Um, but of course, I want to learn at least a little bit of Japanese at the very, very least before I go to Japan, um, just so I can have a more immersive time in the culture. You know, I want to be able to communicate with people directly and talk to people and translate stuff myself and just like understand things, understand source material when I'm reading manga. I want to be able to read manga in Japanese, um, watch anime in Japanese and understand it, and just like take directly from the source. I feel like that's a key thing in life, to be honest. So much stuff in this day and age and in life is just watered down information to us, or just regurgitated information and just regurgitated ideas and stuff like that. I want to take from the source. I want to experience it firsthand. I want to see these things firsthand in person, have that experience, you know? And experiencing a culture firsthand and being truly immersed in that culture and being able to communicate with people throughout that culture and just really, again, take from the source. I feel like is a very important thing when it comes to opening up your mind and just living life, you know, connecting, being able to connect with other people and connect with these different cultures and stuff. That's a very important thing in life, and I really want to experience that firsthand. So I'm saying all this to say, if you're like me and you like this kind of stuff, you like anime, manga, Japanese culture, all that type of stuff, and you've been thinking about learning Japanese, do it. Start. Start now. I started. I love it. It is going to be hard. It is hard for me now. Um, Even though I am picking up on a lot of stuff fast, it is super hard. Pause. Um, but I think, you know, it'll be worth it in the long run. Plus, it's always good to know more languages. You never know when that might come in handy. So, yeah, do it.